Okay, so, because I don't want to be on camera, I'm going to do this video with the Squishable, or Squishables. Oh shit, I got one upside down. Sorry, guys. Okay, this is going to be a trigger warning to people, because I'm going to come clean about some parenting things that really bother me. First of all, I want to talk about the Summe Wells case. The fact that that little girl's timeline is fucked, and Sheriff Ronnie Lawson didn't arrest the mother, floors me. The fact that you can tell that the milk jugs are not fresh from the freezer, or fridge, like they said they just got, because there's no condensation on them. I'm sorry, folks. She'd been in the car for 15 minutes. She was almost home. Those milk jugs would have been pouring sweat because they didn't drive with AC. Now, did they? No, they did not. So if they didn't have AC on, and you got milk jugs, well, everybody knows when you take a milk jug out of the refrigerator, it starts condensating. Common sense. I mean, I'm probably sometimes the dumbest person in the world, but even I know, as a person, that there's condensation. And when there's condensation, that means it's fresh milk. However, if you zoom in on that picture of Summe Wells, the last one allegedly that was taken of her, there's no condensation. Let's move on to the boys and Summer's haircut. It's funny, first they say Summe wanted to be like her mom and her brothers. In the same interview, this happens. Then Dad says Mom cut her hair so that Summe wouldn't feel bad anymore. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, are you paying attention to any of this? Let's think about this. First they say Summer's hair was cut because she wanted to be like the boys. Let's think about the boys' pictures. All those boys have longer hair than Summe. So why is Summer's hair shorter than theirs? If she was going to be just like theirs, it would be at least 2 to 4 inches longer than it was. Not shaped to her head. That to me is abuse. That to me is Mom trying to make her ugly. Because you know what happened to me as a child? And this is where I'm going to go to after Summe Wells. My stepmom cut my hair like a boy. Because at 5 years old, I had hair to my waist. My hair is thick and kinky curly. I could not brush it. I was 5. So she got mad at me, and to make an example of me, she shaved my head down like a boy. Sounds familiar with Summe, doesn't it? That poor little girl was abused, neglected, and made to be ugly. But the funny thing is, there's not a goddamn thing Candace Wells could do to make that little girl ugly because she's a beautiful light shining in this world. She really is. She outshined everybody. She was the most perfect little girl. She reminded me a lot of my little Ashley that I miss, who's gone now too. Now let's move on to the day that Summe allegedly went missing, because I do not believe Summe went missing on that day, and we'll get back to that. Mom went to help Grandis's leg brace. She's wearing a knee brace. Now, I have back problems, guys. I have really bad back problems, okay? But even I, with my back problems, and I can't even turn my head all the way, can fix my own back brace. Hell, if it was on my knees, that'd be great, because I could do that all on my own. But here's the catcher, guys. Wait a minute, wait for it. First of all, Grandis is in no video of that day, which is kind of odd, don't you think? Shouldn't she be in some of the videos? You'd think, maybe, because she was there. And Mom's real good about getting everybody that's there on video, but yet Grandis wasn't videotaped that day. That's kind of interesting. We'll hold on to that one for later. But Grandis had just gotten her knee brace put on by a doctor. So now can somebody explain to me why someone who could reach their brace would need their daughter to help them put it on? And don't give me that crack shot bullshit that, Grandis is old and she can't do it. No, Grandis walks through caves. Okay, that bitch has got videotapes and pictures of her in caves, looking for rocks. No, don't tell me she can't bend over and fix her own goddamn brace. That is bullshit. Sorry. Straight up bullshit. Don't fucking care. She can fix her own brace. Her own brace. Oh, yeah, and then we'll, maybe get my cool ass act now. Sorry, guys. Anyways, So, if Grandis can climb in caves, sorry, not cages. That's kind of funny. I'd love to see Grandis in a cage. If Grandis can climb through caves, why did she need help with a itty-bitty knee brace? Why? Can somebody tell me? Does anybody have an idea? Other than, oh, she's old, because that doesn't stand up for me. I have seen Grandis in caves. She can handle a knee brace. Next, let's think about the timeline. That makes absolutely no sense. Yet Ronnie Lawson still has not arrested anybody. Can somebody explain that one to me? Why? Why, when you see that there is justifiable wrong in a timeline, and a woman cannot be honest with you, and then claims, oh, I don't keep track of time, but yet then I'll know exactly how many minutes I was gone. How many minutes was I gone? Oh, exactly 2 minutes. Or I was gone for 5 minutes. Let's go back to that timeline again. First of all, she claims she was only in the store for 5 minutes. All right, folks, think about this. If she's only in the store for 5 minutes, why do the boys have to help with groceries? How much grocery shopping can you do in 5 minutes? I can't do that much. I'm sorry. Because I got to walk on one side of the store, then the next side of the store, then the back of the store, then the front of the store, and then back to the other side that I was on because I forgot something. But yet she made it abundantly clear that the boys had to come and help them with the groceries. So that would stem that the shopping trip was more than 5 minutes. Because Candace could have brought in, and we've all done it, we all know this, we all take as many bags that we can take in so we don't have to go back outside. If she only got milk and butter, like she claimed, and juice, I think there was juice, I could be wrong on that. But regardless, if she had done that, she could do it herself. She wouldn't have needed the boys' help. Also on that timeline, let's go back to the initial stage of what they were supposed to do. Allegedly, they were supposed to go fishing, but yet there was no fishing lures or fishing equipment in the truck. And then in the morning, when she said they got up early, why would you put your daughter in a bathing suit when it's early in the morning and it's like 50 to 60 degrees at that point in time in the day? Summer would have froze to death. Candace herself said that Summer doesn't like to be cold. Well, if Summer doesn't like to be cold, why on earth would you put her in a bathing suit and get her in a truck that you run with the windows down? Can someone answer that question? These are the questions I ask myself when I listen to curators and I listen to YouTubers and I listen to the newsreels, and I'm asking myself, am I the only one that sees these problems that don't make sense? So why is Sheriff Ronnie Lawson not doing his fucking job? Is it because he's got his head up his ass so far, or is it because he's part of the child pornography? I mean, it stands to reason. Or better yet, maybe Candace and Don are his little informant bitches, and that's why he won't arrest them. Because they're more important than that little girl, Summe Moon Utah Wells. Because I really think that Sheriff Ronnie Lawson has a lot more to do with Summer's disappearance than anyone else thinks he does. Think about it, folks. Ronnie Lawson is working at a snail's pace. Everything that should have gotten Candace, Grandis, and Don arrested, Ronnie Lawson hasn't done anything about it. That timeline where Candace said she got up early, she put Summer in a bathing suit because they were going to go fishing. Yeah, she didn't put no fishing equipment in the truck. Alright, red flag number 1. Red flag number 2 is that she put Summer in a damn bathing suit when it's cold in the morning in Tennessee. My sister-in-law lives up there in Kingsport, y'all. It's cold in the morning. It's cold. Why on earth would Summer put her daughter, who hates being cold, in a bathing suit, guys? Why? I believe firmly H on that one, that she changed Summer there. Because it would not make sense to put your daughter in something that is meant for hot weather when it's cold as fuck in the morning. It makes no sense. Again, Ronnie Lawson, red flag. You missing these flags? They're right here. Then let's go to, does anybody know for sure that it was that day? I don't believe it. I know a lot of people say, oh, yes, it was. I believe it. Michelle Who Walks, I love her shows. And Michelle After Dark, she's an amazing YouTuber. And I have so much respect for that woman. And I have a lot of respect for DonB. And I have a whole bunch of respect for Miss Collette. And Crime Stories Obsessed. Because they stick to the story. And evil exists. These are curators that stick to the story. They don't run with the stupid bullshit, hearsay, and crap that doesn't make any sense. But my thing is, think about it, y'all. That was the day reported Summe went missing. That was Sheriff Ronnie Lawson's exact words. Not the day Summe went missing. Did anybody catch that with Sheriff Ronnie Lawson? Anybody? Did anybody catch that comment? I did. I have been keeping a keen eye on Summe Wells' case. Because there are important factors that people are missing. Or overlooking. Or not thinking about. Why on earth would a mother whose child went missing not be on camera the second that baby was missing? The minute that baby was missing, not be on camera. My daughters died 5 months apart. I would have been on that camera. You couldn't get me off that camera for my daughter. Now, my youngest daughter, she's a pain in my ass. She's my mini-me, and she drives me insane sometimes. And I've said some things I didn't mean to say when she was an adult because she is completely my mini-me. Don't get me wrong. I do love Clarissa with all my heart, and I'm going to say her name because she's the most beautiful little girl I've ever had. But, you know, I said some really hateful things the other day because as parents, we fight with our children. But I'm going to tell you what, if she went missing right now, I'd have been on every fucking news channel there was. I'd be crying, hysterical, screaming because I would go out of my tree because I didn't know what was happening to her. And yet, not a tear was shed for Summe by her parents. The world cries for Summe, but not her parents. That doesn't shout red flags, Ronnie Lawson? I mean, fuck, does Summer's parents have to go up to you and say, oh, I killed her? Before you do a goddamn thing? Oh, I bet even then, if they told you, you wouldn't do anything. Because you sit on your small podunk ass and do nothing for Summe Wells. We don't have any verification that there is video of Summe taken that day. We don't have any verification as public what those 911 calls entailed. Why, Ronnie Lawson? Why aren't you releasing those? Do you know Chris Watts' 911 recordings got released immediately, but yet Summe Wells has not? Another secret hidden? Another lie hidden? Is that what it is, Ronnie Lawson? Are you hiding lies? Was there a 911 call made? Or did Donnie just call you and you decide to shut out the sheriffs? Because to be perfectly honest, I believe he's an informant, and I believe that is why you don't do a fucking thing to them. You could have protected Summe before she was born, when Donnie hit Candace when she was pregnant, but you didn't. Y'all could have taken those kids the second time Donnie hit Candace and the cops were called out there, but you didn't. You guys are the reason why. Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is the reason why Summer's gone. And Hawkins County Department of Children and Families. Y'all, the system, let those 4 children down. You did absolutely nothing to save them. There's proof of abuse with the boys, but yet I still don't see Candace in jail. Why, Ronnie? Are you fucking Candace? Is that what it is? I know that's kind of hearsay, but, you know, I'm starting to wonder. Why is it that there are so many red flags, and yet Ronnie Lawson just lets these 2, Grandis and Candace, go free? Well, who cares? There is an innocent little baby out there, either dead and buried and forgotten about by her parents, or being brutalized, tortured, hurt, and yet you let the perpetrators go. Why? Why are the things I've pointed out, the milk jugs, the timeline, Grandis's knee, the fact that none of us know what those 911 tapes say, the fact that we don't even know verbatim if she went missing on that day? Why are all these flags here, Ronnie Lawson? Why? And why have you done absolutely nothing to rectify what has happened to Summe Moon Utah Wells? Why did that little girl have to suffer all these years? And why is she still suffering? Why, Ronnie? That's what I want to know. Now moving on to my other subject. My life as a person. Now, this isn't going to be one of those, oh, boo-hoo, poor me, da-da-da-da. This is something that just bothers me a lot. As a parent, you're gifted a child. Unfortunately, you never know how long you're going to have that child. I lost my 2 girls 5 months apart. I got pregnant 2 months later by marital rape. My daughter now is 25, almost 26. Currently hates me, but what else is new? But as a mother to her, I didn't hurt her. I didn't abuse her. I didn't let someone hurt her. I didn't prevent saving her. I didn't do those things to her. My parents were a different story. I'm so fucked in the head, it's not even funny. I'm suicidal every day. I've got the scars to prove it. One thing I'll let you see. Wait until they focus. Okay, well, you can semi-see them, but my focus sucks, so... Anyways. My daughter's name covers most of it. But... we'll start with my sister Amy. My mom's husband, my sister's dad, was sexually molesting her. And my mom did nothing to save her. She had another child with him and then divorced him after she got heated attitudes from her family because of the abuse that my sister sustained. Then you move to the pregnancy with me. What does my mom do? She does heroin while she was pregnant with me. Yeah, y'all, heroin. Because that's what I needed was drugs. Exactly. I was born 2 months early. I had a hole in my heart. I almost died. My mom abused me before I was even fucking born. She fucked me from birth. Well, fucked me from before birth. Then I got pregnant with my daughter, Ashley, my oldest. And my mom left me and went to New York at 16 years old and pregnant. She just left me. Then a few years later, she left my baby brother, Jimmy, in New York and came down with my brother, Danny. She left him. He was a minor. She left him. Then let's move to my itty-bitty baby brother, Danny, my youngest sibling out of all my siblings. My mom could have protected my brother. She could have helped my brother, but she didn't. His father took his head and slammed it into a brick wall, causing cranial hemorrhaging. My mom was a nurse. She knew that the injury he sustained could have caused detrimental harm to his health. But my mom did nothing to save my brother. She did nothing to relieve the swelling in his brain so that he could be a normal person. Instead, she ignored it. And my brother suffered years of seizures. He is mentally handicapped. He is getting worse now. All because our mother couldn't be bothered with taking care of him when he needed her as a parent. Remind you of the Wells case? My father, on the other hand, because I lived with him most of my life, sexually molested myself, my sister, and we both know my brother. He had borderline personality disorder, bipolar, schizophrenic. He was a scary person to live with. It was like walking on eggshells every day of your life. You didn't know if it was the good daddy or the bad daddy. And if it was the bad daddy, you were going to get your ass beat. You know. It's so funny how life mirrors abuse. It caused me to have so many mental problems in my life. I lost my 2 girls 5 months apart. I've lost everything I've ever owned. And all I've ever wanted was to be loved. Much like I'm sure Summe felt. All she wanted was to be loved. And what I don't understand is what made me or Summe a person that no one could love. Summer's a beautiful little girl. A beautiful smile, a beautiful laugh. Now, granted, I'm not a beautiful little girl, and I'm not, I don't got a beautiful smile because I got a gap between my teeth that everybody's teased for all my life. But I think I'm a good person on the inside for the most part. What I don't understand is how parents who are supposed to love their children don't. How someone who is supposed to save someone from being hurt can choose to pick and abuse one child, but not another. Or who can decide that they want to kill a child. Or who can decide that they want to molest their own child. What is wrong with this world, Lord? I mean, Lord, I can't tell you how much it hurts me to see my brother suffer. And you know why he suffered? Because of our mother. And then I watched the Summe Wells case, and it just makes me cry. Because it's like looking at our life. No one was there for us. No one. Summer's family could have helped. They should have helped. Especially knowing now what happened to his stepsisters. They could have done more, but they didn't. They thought of themselves. Now, granted, I'm grateful that, that Jeannie finally stepped up, but what good did it do for Summe then? Nothing. Summe Moon Utah Wells is still missing. Summe Moon Utah Wells' parents are still out, and Summe Moon Utah Wells does not matter to Ronnie Lawson. I'm glad the FBI stepped up, but at this point in the game, I think everybody's dropped the ball on Summe, and she's never going to get found. Because if there's no sign of abuse, no sign of foul play, there's no sign of abduction, then what the fuck is there a sign of? Honestly, Ronnie Lawson, what else is there? Alien abduction? Is that your go-to? Oh, she got abducted by the aliens. I'm sure that's what Ronnie's saying, yeah. What other sign is there, Ronnie? And let's think about this long term, guys. If Summe honestly didn't go missing on that date, we're going to go there. Let's say she didn't go missing on a date. Let's say she went missing a day or 2 beforehand. Or a week beforehand. That would have given Mom and Dad plenty of time to clean up the mess. And to discard it. To where there would be no evidence showing that Summe was hurt. Or gone by Mommy and Daddy. It's not hard to figure out. It's not hard to put 2 and 2 together. Now, I know I'm new to this true crime thing. And I know it's kind of retarded because I'm doing stuffed animals as my pictures. But I like to keep my anonymity, shall we say. I'm sure you can go on my other account and see me. But regardless, to me, there are a lot of red flags that everybody keeps missing. Even creators that I look up to. The timeline we all say is number 1. Definitely timeline. Summe getting dressed in a bathing suit when it's freezing cold in the morning. That's a red flag. The fact that there's not a single video of Grandis that day. That's a flag. The fact that Grandis needed her knee fixed. That's a flag. The fact that she said there was only 5 minutes in the store, but yet her sons had to help with groceries. That's a flag. The fact that she has no timeline, but she can give exact minutes for how long she was gone. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, etc. The fact that none of it makes sense. And that the mother wasn't on TV until 2 weeks after her daughter went missing. 2 weeks. Not 2 days. Not 2 seconds. Not 2 hours. No, 2 fucking weeks. And not a single goddamn tear was shed for that little girl by her parents. Not a single goddamn one of them. And yeah, I use vulgarity, and I don't care, because let me tell you something. Summe Wells deserves justice. Her parents know what happened to her. And I'm starting to think that Ronnie Lawson was part of it. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it out. That motherfucker sits on his podunk ass doing nothing. He could have arrested Dawn, Candace, and Grandis a long-ass fucking time ago because their timeline makes no goddamn sense. Their account makes no fucking sense. They say that every time they talk. Well, if that's the case, then why are these motherfuckers free? Why? Alright, FBI, why? Alright, TBI, why? Alright, Hawkins County, why? Why are they still free? If the timeline, if the account of her missing doesn't make sense, why are these motherfuckers free? You got other states arresting Harmony's parents, Serenity parents, Cody's parents, Oakley's parents. Michael's parents are the only ones that are justifiably destroyed. Come on now, folks. How is it that 4 out of the 5 kids that are still missing, parents were arrested, but not Summer's parents? Not Grandis, not Candace, or Candom is like I like to call her, Candom. Not Donnie Butt. No, none of them are arrested. But yet other children's parents have been arrested for far less. Explain to me why that podunk town don't give a flying fuck about a beautiful little girl who's been missing 8 months now and has not even been found. No, I don't think it's an outsider. No, I don't think it's... It could be a sex ring. I'm not going to say. It's not. But I think the sex ring has something to do with Ronnie Lawson. Bottom line. He is part of this case. That's why nothing got done. That's why the ball was dropped from the beginning. They didn't care. They didn't care about that little girl, and that is the sickeningest most part. Summe Moon Utah Wells deserves justice. So, my name is Monique Rivera. Everybody calls me Moni Moni. I know I said a lot of, curse words. Don't care. I'm going to start doing true crime. Probably going to have Squishmallows as my, pictures, because, like I said, I don't like to be on camera. I think that Summe Wells' case needs to have a complete evaluation. Evaluation on steps that Hawkins counties took. Evaluations on the parents' stories. An evaluation on the fact that any of it makes sense. And did Summer really go missing that day? And was that really Summer's last picture? I don't think it was. I think she loaded that up as verification of life. I don't believe it was Summer's last picture taken of her. And I honestly don't think that video at the watering hole was true either. I think that was done days earlier. We have to think about this criminally. There's a lot more to this story than any of us know. And there's a lot of answers we deserve to know as we care about Summe Moon Utah Wells.